So my first card, I decided to use something from the Holiday Occasions catalog, which is also being carried over. It's the Flurry of Wishes and the stamp set, or the punch that goes with it. I took, let's see, I'm going to use pool party paper, and I needed a scrap. I punched my 2 snowflakes out of silver foil paper that I had. You need a scrap of white, and my card base is going to be pool party. I took the polka dot piece that was in the kit, and it actually measures 4 by, what is it, 6, and I cut it off at 5 1/4. So I'm going to put this 3/4 piece aside. I'll do something else with it. Let me get going with this, and I'll be back. All right, so for my sentiment, I don't want this to be a Christmas card. This sentiment in here says, sending you a flurry of warm Christmas wishes. I'm just going to have it say, sending you a flurry. So to do that, I'm going to take my marker, and I'm going to color just the pieces that I want on my stamp. You can do the same thing with a pad, but you have to block it off. It's just easier to do it this way. And I used my basic gray marker for this. And I'm going to put it down. And Flurry is actually supposed to look like that. So that's the reason why. And I told you I was using Pool Party. I am not. I am using Soft Sky. Now what I want to do is I want to have some really light snowflakes behind there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Post-it note, if I can find one. I usually have them right here, but they're not. Let me go get one. Got my Post-it note. What I'm going to do is with my Post-it note, I'm going to block off that larger snowflake because I only want the small one. I'm going to ink it up, take off my Post-it, and then I'm going to stamp it on some scrap paper and then stamp it behind. I want it really, really light, and this is the way to achieve that. So let's try it again. Ink it up, stamp it on scrap, stamp it there. And so you can just barely see it, and that's what I want. I think if you did it the other way without off stamping, it would be too overpowering, and I want the sentiment to show through. So I basically stamped it 4 times, and I'm going to look through my punches because I forgot to do that. I'm going to punch that out for the front of my card. All right, I'm going to use the wide oval punch, and I'm going to punch that out like so. And there's my sentiment. I'm thinking once I get this together, I may need a backing behind that, so I may use that again to create or offset it. So now I need to get my card put together. All right, so what I did was I attached the front, or that base, that piece to my card base, but I also like to add a piece inside that I've decorated and my envelope. So I have done both of those that I will do later. But what I wanted to show you is what I decided to do with my sentiment. I put the one piece that I had punched with the same oval behind it. It didn't look right. It was missing something. So I decided to do another piece behind it, and I liked the look of that. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll be back to show you. When I laid out my pieces, I didn't like the way it looked. It was missing something. So I added a strip of our glitter ribbon. This is the white glitter ribbon. If you don't have that, you really need to get that before it retires. That and the gold has been my favorite things. All right, I added some pieces of dimensionals to the back of my snowflakes and my sentiment. And the first thing I'm going to put on is my sentiment. And these things are sticking to me today for some reason. And I'm going to put my sentiment right about there. And then I'm going to put on my snowflake, large snowflake there. Now, if you don't have that stamp set or that punch, you can use any snowflake punch you have or die, any ribbon, even any sentiment that you have in there. I just didn't want a Christmas card, so I did a winter card. And I have there's the card front, and there's the middle, and the envelope. There's card 1.